are that on March 24th of this year, a trooper with the Massachusetts State Police observed a motor vehicle that seemed to have an altered exhaust system and a lowered suspension at the time it was traveling approximately 10 miles per hour under the speed limit. The trooper also noted that the windows of the vehicle appeared extremely dark, and through using lights, it appeared that they were in fact tinted. The trooper initiated a motor vehicle stop, and when he approached from the passenger side, another trooper who responded approached on the driver's side. The troopers noticed empty Hennessy boxes, a shoebox in the back of the vehicle, as well as 3 cell phones in the center console and 1 cell phone in the driver's inner door handle. The trooper also noticed in his report that he noticed the smell of fresh marijuana coming from inside the vehicle. He identified the driver as Mr. Lockenfang before the court today, and the passenger, Mr. Crumb, also before the court today. When they asked the driver, Mr. Lockenfang, where they were coming from, Mr. Crumb said, "My friends." Mr. Crumb stated that the vehicle was his and that he had a suspended license. He then later told the troopers that the car belonged to his girlfriend, and then indicated that the car may belong to his girlfriend's grandmother. During this time, they did conduct an evaluation of the tint, which showed that it was 32%. The troopers asked the 2 individuals.
They saw for some faulty exhaust.
They noticed the exhaust system as well. The troopers asked the 2 individuals to step from the car where they were pat pressed. Nothing was found at the time. A trooper located a black bag with a drawstring attached to the top in the car. That bag was found to contain multiple packages, each in 1 pound increments that totaled 5 pounds of what is believed to be marijuana.
5 pounds?
Yes. The trooper noted that none of the bags had tax stickers, affixed to them, and each had the written on them in marker. When the trooper spoke to Mr. Crumb after reading his Miranda rights, he was asked if the marijuana belonged to the driver, potentially his girlfriend, and Mr. Crumb stated, "No, he doesn't have anything to do with it, it's mine." He said they were bringing it to a friend. When asked, then he stated that
This was from maintained ownership.
he did, and then he stated that Mr. Lockenfang did know about the marijuana, but it was not his. They spoke to Mr. Lockenfang, who stated that, or was asked if he drove Mr. Crumb to deliver the marijuana to people, and he stated that he drives them to meet with people, and he meets with them, but he did not know what he was doing. When asked if the 2 could pay taxes on the marijuana, they laughed and said no. Mr. Crumb then asked if he could have tax-exempt status. During the booking, the troopers noted that the phones were continuously ringing, one of which was answered, and the caller ID reflected that was coming from an individual who was listed as Sloppy Joe, who was asking if everything was okay, are you coming? And looking at the phone, it looks like there was a message history where the message says, "Sounds great, I will take those GEP tomorrow after work." And then continued conversation that would indicate that these were for distribution. Your Honor, in turning to Mr. Crumb's record, by my count, he has defaulted on 5 occasions. He does have prior guilty findings, although I do note that I don't believe he has ever served at any time. As to Mr. Lockenfang, his record is shorter, and by my count, there are 3 defaults. Based on the amount of marijuana in question and their records, the Commonwealth believes that $1,000 has to Mr. Crumb and $750 has to Mr. Lockenfang is appropriate.
I have
Don't worry.
what we hear determined is whether or not my client is not going to appeal these charges. Mr. Lozano was the bail commissioner last night, and he went to the police station, and he accessed my client's record. He had access to had.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
I
there
just
was a couple
meant
of
that
us. Yep,
they
they
waited
showed
for
up.
they showed up and waited
They
for
went
their
to
case to
probation,
get called,
gave
went
their
to probation.
information.
They did everything. So how those actions translate into a risk of flight, I'm not sure. But in terms of the facts of this case, Judge, the police report that I have indicates that the black string, the black bag with the drawstring attached to the top of the green vegetable-like matter held in a clear zip-lock bag was actually located in the trunk. So if the police are using exhaust/tint for the basis of the stop, they then at some point determine that they can execute an exit order. It's questionable whether on the actions of these two gentlemen an exit order justifies it. For the sake of argument, if an exit order is justified, once they're at risk and they have no weapons, they then go and search the interior of the vehicle. Now at that point, we're beyond the basis of the stop. We need probable cause that is contraband inside the vehicle. The police report that I have doesn't reference anything about any contraband inside the vehicle. The window tint is apparently 3% off from the legal limit, as the court probably knows from those types of cases. This is not a scientific analysis of the window. This window tint, there's a lot of room for, let's say, opinion in terms of what is probably window tint and what's not. But at any rate, apparently the police smell, this raw marijuana. Well, assuming they can search for raw marijuana, and I think that's a big assumption because I think the analogy of burnt marijuana could also apply to raw marijuana, that if you smell raw marijuana, there's no way to tell by smelling whether it's under an ounce or not, so whether or not you do. But somehow the police, and the prosecutor can correct me if I'm wrong, this trooper at 9 o'clock at night was able to smell raw marijuana coming from inside of a clear zip bag that was inside, and it was vacuum sealed, that was inside another black bag that was in the trunk. And what I'm saying, Judge, is this is a bad stuff. This is the classic case where troopers stop someone late at night, typically minorities, in which they basically have a hunch that something's going wrong. They ask a lot of questions. They observe a lot of things. And then, lo and behold, people are taken out of their car and trunks are searched. So, my client, who appeared here today, waited for his case to get called, has every reason to appear on this case, Judge, because I think, based on the information that I have, I don't see any even close justification to a search of this case. His background is this, Judge. He's 22 years old. He's born in Lowell. He was with his mother and father in Lowell. He attended Lowell High School. He didn't graduate. He was employed for a period of time at Foreign Packaging, where he made boxes. I don't see any reference to the amount of marijuana in this police report, but assuming that it's 5 pounds, Judge, that is 1/10 the amount that's required for trafficking.
So he's currently unemployed?
He's currently unemployed, yes. If the court looks at it, the most severe sentence he's done out of this court or any court, juvenile, adult, or otherwise, is a continuance without a finding that was later dismissed. He did have a default on 3/10/09 that was removed on 4/13/10. That case was later dismissed. One of them was continued without a finding. But I think anything but personal in this case, Judge, is completely at odds with the bail statute.
Moving on to
Judge, I don't want to repeat too much of what Mr. Rory said, but I absolutely agree with him with respect to how he said the fact that he was not well, as Mr. Rory's client walked into court this morning, was here until the court called the case, and the bail commission of high was appropriate to release him. And so again, I just reiterate what Mr. Rory with respect to that particular issue. Also, reiterate with respect to the motion to suppress. I think when you view the case, the statute says that you can take into the seriousness of the case, the underlying facts of the case itself. And as you view the facts of the case, although 5 pounds may be a lot of marijuana, I would also say to the court that I would say that this is an excellent motion to suppress issue. I'm not even sure they have the right to pull them over, just putting aside the fact of what happens after they're pulled over, because it seems, you know, it says I observed the white actor, which seemed to have an altered exhaust. I mean, that's nothing more than speculation. It seems to have an altered exhaust. I have, based upon my conversations with my client, I believe that that exhaust was a stock exhaust, and obviously I wanted to dispose of that issue this morning. Sure, Judge, he's 25 years old, born in Revere, born and raised in Massachusetts. He's not working right now. He did work up, he's been laid off for about a year, but prior to that, had been working. He lives with his parents. He is a United States citizen, so there's no issues with respect to that. I don't have the probation record in front of me, but my memory was that there was, you know, it was in 2000. I think he has an excellent history of reporting to the court when he was required to do so. I think I knew it maybe 2005 to 12 on an LAS case that was dismissed, 2006 to 12 on it was ultimately dismissed under a drug charge. But I think recently my memory was that he had an excellent history of reporting, combined with his excellent history of reporting so far. In this case, I think with those factors, are personal consequences.
All right, I'm going to release them both on personal recognizance. We have a David bail warning.
Gentlemen, if you're arrested again on a charge of any criminal conduct, in these cases you may not be in personal cognizance on these matters, where you go, and you need help, 2 days without bail, take counsel.
6-6.